A while ago, T-Mobile announced that they were only going to offer unlimited data plans. Now, say whatever else you want about this move, but I'll tell you what, I love it because it makes them a lot easier to review. So let's dive in. T-Mobile is one of the top 4 wireless carriers in the country, and that is not an accident. There's a lot to love about the way T-Mobile operates, so let's start with some of the positives. Like I said, they recently switched all their plans to an unlimited data model, which makes things really straightforward and easy to understand. You'll pay $75 for 1 line, $125 for 2, $145 for 3, and so on, up to 12 lines. Oh, and you get $5 off your monthly price if you enroll in AutoPay. Now, speaking of straightforward, here's one of our favorite things about this pricing. It includes all taxes and fees. As a customer of one of T-Mobile's competitors, I have to admit I find this pricing model extremely attractive, since I'm used to seeing indecipherable taxes and surcharges and fees on my bill. So yeah, bring on the simplicity. Anyway, the question now is what you get out of these well-priced plans. Well, like I said, these are all unlimited data plans, but there are 2 different types, T-Mobile One and T-Mobile One Plus. The first tier, T-Mobile One, does everything as far as perks that you're probably looking for. It streams video at 480p, which is just under HD quality. It gets you texting and data in over 140 countries with unlimited talk and text in Canada and Mexico. And you get 3G mobile hotspot data to keep your other devices connected on the go. On top of all that, if your plan includes more than 1 line, you'll get Netflix included in that plan. Not bad. Now, the T-Mobile One Plus plan will run you $10 more per line per plan, but it offers some pretty solid benefits. Basically, everything the first tier plan does, the Plus plan does a little better. So, streaming is now in full HD, international data speeds are doubled, mobile hotspot goes from 3G to 4G for the first 10 gigs, plus there are some other extras like text-translated voicemails and call screening even for unknown numbers. So much for the plans and the perks that come with them. Now, let's back up a bit and talk about speed and data, which are probably going to be the most important things to you in day-to-day terms. Both of these go in the win column for T-Mobile. In terms of 4G speed, it's not quite as fast on average as Verizon, but it is a very close second. Close enough that most of us probably wouldn't even tell a difference. But the data allowance is where T-Mobile really shines. Now, technically, all of these plans have unlimited data, like I've said, but with any unlimited plan comes the caveat that once you reach a certain amount of data used, your speed can be throttled way back. Pretty annoying stuff. Where Verizon and AT&T throttle your speed starting at about 22 gigs of use, T-Mobile allows for a whopping 50 gigabytes of data before they start curtailing your speed, so you can play and browse and stream to your heart's content. Now, as I've mentioned at the beginning, it's not all sunshine and roses for T-Mobile, and I'll highlight a couple of things that were a bit lackluster for us. First off, T-Mobile ranks 3rd of 4 in coverage, with Verizon and AT&T covering more of the map, especially in rural areas. What this means practically is that if you're in most cities or suburbs, you're gonna be just fine, and you'll get those excellent speeds that I mentioned. But if you live in a rural area, or if you're constantly on the road, T-Mobile might not be your best bet. They do have an interactive coverage map though, so you can go check that out for yourself, whether you're covered where you need to be. The second ding on T-Mobile's record is a pretty predictable one, and that's customer service. But I do want to highlight a distinction here. While we had some less than stellar experiences over the phone, our in-store experience was courteous and helpful every single time. So, our advice is, if you've got questions or problems, or if you're thinking of switching over to T-Mobile, do it in-store if you can. That way you can avoid the long hold times and the obvious script reading that you often get with those phone calls. Other than that though, T-Mobile is the real deal, and we can pretty easily recommend it right alongside Verizon or AT&T. And in fact, if you are a streaming junkie who needs fast speed and chews through a ton of data, then T-Mobile will almost certainly be your #1. But of course, we want to know what you think, so if you have experience with T-Mobile or if you have any questions, hit up the comments below after you like and subscribe, of course, and be sure to check out the full review at Reviews.org, and I will link to that in the description. All right, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you on the next review.